What's up, AFC? So I got the Sheepshead that I caught yesterday. I'm gonna be making some fish tacos for my team today, and I'm gonna show y'all just kind of how we do it. First thing we're gonna do is get the scales off these bad boys. I'm gonna fillet them. And, catch of the day. That was the biggest one we got yesterday. Bad boy. Alright, to avoid to get copyrighted, I'm going to record over. So I'm kind of demonstrating how we fillet the sheep's head going from the top fin to the bottom. I'm going to make a quick slice all the way from the top to the bottom. As you can see, I exposed the eggs. This was a female here. So we're going to flip it over. I'm going to cut a little slit here to guide the tip of my knife across the spine there. That little slit in the back, it makes the tip of that knife go right across the top of the spine. So we're going to peel the flesh back, and as you can see, as I'm slicing through, you can see the spinal cord perfectly. You can see the rib cage and the definition of the spine. So we're going to just use the fillet knife and slice right on through. It's going to cut right on through. We're going to slice here, slice there. Now, if you ever get to a point to where you're having a hard time getting the cut through, there's a tendon, and I'm going to show you where that tendon is right there. When you cut that little white tendon, it makes it much easier to remove the rest of the fillet. Sheep's heads, bone structure, they have very, very thick bones, so kind of use that fillet knife to get around them. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to rip the rest of that meat off. I may have to cut that tendon more, but it makes it way easier than trying to cut or trying to get a fillet knife through the rib cage. There's almost little to no meat there, so the knife is always going to stop there, but I like to rip it off because it makes it easier to cut the skin off when I'm filleting it. So I'm going to cut the tendon again right there. That's the tendon, that white piece, and then it's going to come right off. Alright, so that's that first fillet. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go from the bottom fin to the top fin now. And I like to fillet with the spinal cord facing me. It just makes it easier to, or the top fin, not spinal cord, but the top fin facing me. Just makes it easier. So I make that slice again. Kind of goes in, guides me right on in. I'm going to cut and do the exact same thing as I did on the last one. This side's going to be much easier. That fillet knife's going to cut right on through. Grab the meat, and it comes right off. You just give it a nice little pull, put a little weight into it, it's going to rip right off. Cut the rest of that off. And there you are. That's the other side there. Nice little fillet. And we're going to put those fillets in a ice bath. The reason why is that sheep's head, it gets a little flimsy. That ice bath keeps the meat firm. Alright, now we're going to go in and cut the skin off. Just cut a little slit in the back, enough to get my fingers on that skin to hold it down. And then I'm going to use that fillet knife and just let it guide right on through the meat. As I go through, I grip that skin a little bit more just to make it easier to slide that knife in. And as you see there, that fillet knife does the rest of the work. And there you have a perfect fillet. Perfect fillet. There's the skin side. We left that bloodline on the skin there. And then there's the rest of the skin. Alright, so next we're going to cut these sheep head into little cubes. The reason why is we're going to blacken some of it, and then we're going to fry some of it. But I'm going to cut it in cubes because I'm making about 10 to 12 tacos, so I want to make sure everybody gets some. that sheepshead's cubed up. It's ready to go, ready to be seasoned. So I'm going to split it up. I'm going to leave the blackened in the bowl, and then I'm going to deep fry what's on the cutting board. And we're going to do that sheepshead 2 ways. So the blackened, I'm going to add probably about 2 teaspoons of olive oil. We're going to use Chef Paul Prudhomme's blackened seasoning as well. I'm going to also use a lime. Now with that lime, I only use just a little bit, squeeze it on there. I'm going to toss that blackened season, that oil and that lime, but I'm going to put it immediately on the grill. If you let it sit there for longer than about, 10-15 minutes, I hope you wouldn't do that, but it's going to start turning into ceviche. You'll start seeing the fish there start cooking in front of you. Not bad, but not what I'm trying to do. Now that I got them all coated and seasoned, ready for the grill. This is a beer batter that I do. It's already ready to go. I put all of those pieces in there, make sure they're nice and coated. I dipped them in flour first. Now we got that sheepshead blackened. We got some corn and flour tortillas from HEB. And then this is the beer batter fried sheepshead that we're going to be adding to the top of the tacos. So now we got the taco assembly. I'm going to lay these out. What I'm going to be putting on the bottom is a coleslaw that I made. That coleslaw just consists of mayo, lime juice, salt, pepper, and that's it. And we're going to do the base of all of those tacos there. Just kind of put a little handful in there. Next, we're going to add the blackened sheepshead. And so I'm adding about 6 to 8 pieces to each taco, so everybody can get a good hearty taco there. Pour the juice across the top. Next, I'll be putting my pico de gallo. That pico de gallo consists of onions, tomato, jalapenos, and also avocado. I put lime juice, salt and pepper, and a little bit of blackened season. And so far, so good. We're almost to the end here. And finally will be 2 pieces of the fried sheepshead. Now this is just to give it a little crunch. It gives it a little texture, and it makes it super delicious. We also made a salsa ranch sauce that we poured on top. And then we also had some cojata cheese that we added as well. I let the team do that themselves. A lot of people don't like a lot of sauce and a lot of cheese, but here's how they turned out, guys. Beautiful, beautiful blackened and fried sheepshead tacos. Sheepshead tacos 2 ways. We destroyed these tacos, guys. They were super delicious. Team loved it. I had a great time catching them. I had a great time feeding the team.